Welcome to the Ultimate APMC Challenge. I'm Ernest. Let's meet our challenger.
Hi, I'm the Daymater. I've been studying real hard and I'm going to destroy these questions. But I'm a little confused. What is the challenge?
Daymater, you will be presented 14 questions. You must correctly answer every single one.
Sounds easy. I'm ready for this.
But wait, there's more. Win, and if you get every question right, you must slay the dragon in a fight to the death. Then, and only then, will you become the Dragon Queen. Here's your first question. You've read the passage, now it's time to answer some questions. Which of the following best describes the structure of the first paragraph? A. It is divided into two parts, beginning with general statements and moving to specific B. It is divided into two contrasting parts, with the division coming in line 12. C. It alternates a short sentence formed by a long sentence throughout. D. It moves from the presentation of Florence Nightingale's strength, lines 1 to 11, to the presentation of her weakness, lines 12 to 23. Or E. It presents Florence Nightingale, first in figurative language, lines 1 to 11, then in literal, lines 12 to 23.
Alright, I choose B. It is divided into two contrasting parts with the division coming in line 12. I thought it might be A, divided into two parts, beginning with general statements and moving to specific commentary, but it's definitely contrasting, because in line 11 you can see, but the truth was different. You can tell she's changing her mind in this question, and things are changing a little bit for Miss Nightingale. Now, Miss Nightingale, in fact, was not as facile fan as painted her. So, there's a change of mind, and it's contrasting.
Correct. Next question. Which of the following best defines the word succor of line 6? A. Oversee. B. Treat with medicines. C. Relieve. D. Rally. Or E. Convert.
Well, I had a little bit of a toss-up between letters B and C, because Florence Nightingale is known for treating with medicine, but I think, I came down to C as my final answer. C is definitely correct, because in letter C, relieve, treat with medicine is way too specific. I don't really know the meaning of succor, but there's definitely not any evidence that she was treating with medicine.
You've succeeded again. Next question. In the first paragraph, all of the following words and phrases are used to present the popular conception of Florence Nightingale except A. Saintly, B. Self-sacrificing, C. The lady with the lamp, D. Interesting, or E. Legendary.
Alright, so with this question, I had to review my passage. So looking back in the passage, I was reading the first sentence, and in line 3 it says, everyone knows the popular conception of Florence Nightingale. Then goes on to explain the popular conception. The saintly, self-sacrificing woman. Alright, so that eliminates A and B. You guys are out. Alright, continuing with the sentence. The delicate maiden of high degree who threw aside the pleasures of a life of ease to cure the afflicted. The lady with the lamp. Alright, C, you're out. You're part of that same sentence. Okay, moving down to line 22 for letters D and E. There was more that was interesting than in the legendary one. Alright, the legendary one is not interesting. So, it is D. And not E.
Great job. Next. The first paragraph of the passage employs all of the following contrasts except A. The vision, the truth. B. The fact, the fancy. C. Another fashion, no place in the popular imagination. D. The real, the legendary. Or E. More interesting, less agreeable.
Okay, so this one was a little tough, but going through A, the vision and the truth are directly contrasted, as well are fact and fancy in the next lines 12 to 13. But when I read lines 14 through 17, it was a little confusing. It says, the Miss Nightingale of fact was not as facile fancy painted her. She worked in another fashion and toward another end. She moved under the stress of an impetus which finds no place in the popular imagination. Okay, so these are both in that same sentence, but they're not really contrasting each other. So I'm going to have to go with answer C. That seems like the best one.
Correct. 4 down, 10 to go. In the first paragraph, all the following words have specific religious meanings except A. Stately, B. Maiden, C. Consecrating, D. Demon, or E. Possessed.
Okay, so this question we're looking for specifically religious, alright? Okay, so the word saintly is definitely specifically religious. And then consecrating is too, because it has to do with something sacred, which is totally religious. Okay, demon and possessed. The demon is possessing someone, and that is religious, alright? Demon possessed. Okay, and maiden, that only means unmarried woman. What does that have to do with the religion? I don't know! So I pick B.
You've done it again, Daminator. Next question. In which of the following sentences is the use of parallel structure most important? A. The first. B. The third. C. The fourth. D. The seventh. Or E. The eighth.
So in this question, letters B, C, and E all kind of say the same thing. But the question's asking, what's most important? Okay, so B and C all kind of say she's different, but they don't say why she's different, which is why letter E is the best answer. And so it happens that the real Miss Nightingale was more than was interesting in the legendary one. There was also that was less agreeable. This one gives us much more information than the other answers.
Good job. We're moving on. All the following words and phrases serve a similar purpose except A. Popular conception, B. Vision, C. As facile fancy painted, D. Demons, or E. The legendary one.
This one's easy. All these terms describe what she's believed to be. Popular conception, vision, as facile fancy painted her, the legendary one. Demons doesn't have anything to do with that. It is D.
Good job. We're halfway through. In which sentence in the first paragraph does the author use archaic diction and cliches? A. The first sentence. B. The second. C. The third. D. The sixth. Or E. The eighth.
Look at that sunset.
Ooh.
The answer is D. For Daminator! Because a demon possessed her is definitely a cliche, because demons didn't actually possess her. They were just saying that. And also, this is archaic language. Archaic language means language that is old and not used anymore.
Great job. Now, let's move on. Which of the following phrases in the first paragraph employs both hyperbole and metaphor? A. The lady with the lamp. B. The horrors of the hospital at Scutari. C. Consecrating with the radiance of her goodness. D. As facile fancy painted her. Or E. No place in the popular imagination.
So this will be really helpful if you take notes on the types of words in this passage, which I did. So I know that A is a nickname, B is a hyperbole, D is a simile, and E is a hyperbole. C is the only one that's both a hyperbole and a metaphor. Consecrating with the radiance of her goodness. I choose C.
Alright, next question. The words call and mysterious in the second paragraph are related to the diction of the first paragraph because their meanings are associated with A. Medicine, B. Religion, C. Social position, D. Psychology, or E. Feminism.
What words did we see in the beginning that reflected a certain feeling? Words like saintly, consecrating, demon, and possessed all had this very religious vibe. So I'm going to go with B, because religion is definitely related to the diction of the first paragraph, and so are cool and mysterious. Woo!
Wow, Daminator, that was impressive. Next question. In the second paragraph, the sentence that is most likely to surprise the conventional expectations of the reader is the A. First, B. Second, C. Third, D. Fourth, or E. Fifth.
Okay, so in the first and second sentences of this paragraph, it's asking a question. The third sentence is answering this question, which is a little more surprising because it's giving more information that as her sister, what her sister did and what she did. And then the fourth and fifth sentences only continue this pattern, so it's not as much as a surprise as the third one. Thank you, I choose letter C.
Keep it up, Daminator. You're almost done. Alright. The significant difference of the syntax of the second paragraph from the rest of the passage is its use of A. Both loose and periodic sentences. B. Parallel structure. C. Sentence fragments. D. Interrogative sentences. Or E. Connotative diction.
Okay, so the answer is gonna be D again. The Daminator! Alright, this is the only paragraph that has so many interrogative and only interrogative sentences, making it significantly different from the other ones. Alright, that's all I got for you guys. Okay.
Alright, cool beans. The third paragraph implies a contrast between all the following except A. Weaker spirit and extraordinary young woman. B. Superficiality and internally. C. Reports of the medical commissions and histories of hospitals. D. The London season and ragged school and workhouses. Or E. Abroad with her family and slums.
Go back and read through the passage to find these answers. Okay, so all A, B, D, and E, these are very contrasting, very opposite, okay? But number C, histories of hospitals, reports of medical commissions, these are not opposites. What? The answer is C.
You're almost there, Daminator. Which of the following best describes the structure of the passage as a whole? A. The entire passage is developed chronologically. B. The first paragraph gives an overview, and the second, third, and fourth develop chronologically. C. The first paragraph uses only the point of view of the author, the second and third only that of Florence Nightingale, and the fourth only that of her mother. D. The first and second paragraph generalize about Florence Nightingale, while the third and fourth use specific detail. Or E. The first three paragraphs use a first-person narrator, while the fourth employs direct and indirect discourse.
Wow, Ernest, that's a lot of words. Okay, so let me just read through this paragraphs again. The first paragraph looks a lot like an overview because it's really descriptive of Florence Nightingale, but no time in particular. And the second paragraph talks about her as a young girl in the nursery. Third paragraph, she's a little older. And the fourth paragraph, she's old enough to have her way. Wow, these are direct quotes. I think this is going to be B. B, baby, baby, B, B.
Last question! Which of the following is the climactic contrast of the passage? A. 3 years to the pressure of time. B. Independence to Makespeare. C. Harley Street to the country. D. Ducks to wild swan. E. Swan to eagle.
Oh, phew, this has been really tough. Okay, so I think that the answer is E, swan to eagle. It was not a swan that they had hatched, it was an eagle. Miss Nightingale is finally showing her independence from her family and beginning to work as a nurse. It is the climax because it is the beginning of her infamous career as the lady with the lamp. Yeah, Florence! Yeah, Daminator!
Daminator, you've done the impossible.
Now it's time for your ultimate challenge.
Release the dragon!
Well, this should be easy because I can blow things up with my mind.
$8?
Doesn't have